Hello everybody, supposed to player here. Today I'll be going over my top 12 least favorite contestants on Hell's Kitchen. I don't usually talk about reality TV shows, but I thought since there aren't many lists about this subject, I would make one. Now there are only two rules for this list. One is that the contestant has to be from the American version of the show. So it's not going to be from the UK version or anything like that. And number two, the contestant had to at least make it to the second round to be eligible for this list. Without further ado, let's get on with the list. Number 12. Joanna from Season 3. Joanna was just constantly arguing with her teammates and just wasn't that good of a cook. I mean, she tried to serve raw crab. It could have killed someone if she actually served that raw crab.
Fucking rented for that. You killed someone.
Overall, Joanne was a bad cook with a bad attitude. The only reason why she's not higher on this list is because she's not the worst attitude-wise. There are definitely people with worse attitudes that would be on this list. And number two, she was eliminated fairly early on in the competition. So that's why she's only number 12 on my list. Number 11. Jen from Season 4. Now I know there's a lot of people that would put her higher on this list. For me personally, I don't find her that bad. The main problem with Jen is that she was constantly arguing with her teammates, trying to be a leader when she doesn't really know how to lead, and her numerous mess-ups throughout the competition. She's not a horrible cook per se, but she can screw up a lot of times, and the attitude problem doesn't help in the competition. So overall, Jen was a okay cook with a bad attitude. She isn't higher up on this list because one, she cooks decently, and two, she at least has some kind of a sense of humor. This is why she's only number 11 on my list. Number 10. Tom from Season 2. Tom was a crap cook with a grumpy attitude. I mean, Tom was just a competent cook that could do nothing right in the kitchen. He would often become Rem's punching bag in the competition. He would often tease Giacomo for quote-unquote being too young and inexperienced for the competition. But he cooked like crap. Granted, Giacomo didn't do much better, but still, I feel like if you're gonna friggin' be like, oh, I'm so much better than you, at least try to practice what you preach. He would often argue with Ramsay too. He would cook so badly that it would lead to his most infamous moment.
Oh my god. The duck's burned! You're cooking in a burnt pan, you fucking dick!
Overall, Tom was a crap cook with a grumpy attitude. He's only not higher on this list because he only made it to the 4th round of the competition, which means he was eliminated fairly early on. But had he lasted longer, he might have been higher up on this list. So yeah, that's why Tom's only number 10. Number 9. Monique from Season 14. Monique was just a crap cook with a bad attitude. Literally everyone in the competition hated her. There wasn't a single person that wanted to have a bond with her at all. She would screw up constantly throughout the competition. Thankfully, she was eliminated in the 5th round, which means she was eliminated fairly early on. I mean, she sucks at cooking so bad that her ingredients for her signature dish came out of a can.
From a jar.
So you didn't even make the marinara sauce?
No.
Overall, she was a crap cook with a horrible attitude, but she was eliminated really early on, which is why she's only number 9 on my list. Number 8. Jason from season 4. I often like to think it's Jason as Tom from season 2, but more sexist. The guy sucked at cooking, and he would literally be making sexist comments constantly. And he gives up so easily. Like when he tried to memorize the desserts in the third service, he gives up so easily. Overall, Jason's a horrible contestant, but I wouldn't consider him like a contestant that really got on my nerves. And plus, he was eliminated in the third round, which means he got out pretty early in the competition. So that's why he's only number 8 on my list. Number 7. Benjamin from season 7. Oh god, what could be said about Benjamin? When he initially first entered the competition, he did pretty good. But then he started to screw up a little on the blue team, so Chef Ramsay sent over to the red team. And when he went over to the red team, he just became horrible. He would literally be so harsh to his teammates for the smallest mistakes. And Ben became like a dictator of the team. What he said goes. He never gave Savan or Fran or any of the other members on his team any sort of voice. Not to mention that he pissed off a lot of the sous-chefs one time. Honestly, I'm just glad he didn't win the competition. He did not deserve to win the competition the way he acted. But even though he didn't win, it's still insulting that he came in 3rd place. I mean, good god. The only reason why he isn't higher on this list is because I mentioned before that he initially did pretty good on the blue team, but when he went into the red team, he just became horrible. And that's why he's only number 7 on my list. Number 6. Russell from season 8. Russell was a cocky chef who would often bicker with his teammates. He did pretty well in the competition overall, but he is mainly on this list because one time he tried to assault someone, and also the fact that when he won, he didn't go out gracefully. He blamed his team. He wasn't that bad of a contestant. He definitely was, his cocky attitude can kind of get on your nerves. But he's mainly on this list for trying to assault someone and the fact that he blamed his team for losing. So yeah, Russell is not the worst chef, is why he's number 6, but he's not a good chef attitude wise. And that's why he's number 6 on my list. Number 5. Matt from season 4. Matt's probably one of the only contestants that literally might be considered insane. He would suck at cooking, and he would just blame his teammates for everything. And he just had like, his attitude was like off the wall. He would get into arguments with other teammates. He would just, and sometimes he would just do super strange, crazy things that make you question his sanity. Matt sucks as a contestant, but he definitely is not the worst attitude-wise. And somehow he managed to make it to the top 6. How he managed to do that is beyond me, but they're definitely worse as attitude-wise, but yeah, he definitely sucks as a contestant, and he's number 5 on my list. Number 4. Russ from season 8. Oh boy, where do I begin with this guy? Well, he's one of the oldest competitors in his season and has some of the most experience. So you think that he would be one of the best chefs on the blue team. Wrong. He could even do basic things, and he would blame his team for his poor performances. And don't even get me started on his attitude. Remember I said Matt might be considered insane? Oh, this guy, there's no question. He is fucking insane. What Lewis said about Raj was 100% true.
The fact that Raj is 49 and still alive and not in jail or an asylum is a miracle.
And don't even get me started on his most craziest moments. The fact that he would refuse to go out into the diner because, quote unquote, he was a little too messy. The time he stuck his head in the freezer. And who could forget the time he friggin' ate raw food? Like, what the heck? All these things I just listed should have made him number 1 on this list. And many people would argue they should be number 1 on this list. But there's one reason that he's not number 1. Because he got out early. The thing is, I find it way worse if a contestant is annoying and lasts longer compared to a chef that is annoying but doesn't do that well in the competition and gets out early. And I can only put him this high up on the list because he got out pretty early. And that's why he's number 4 on my list. Number 3. Sara from season 2. Sara was just a bad cook with an annoying attitude, and she constantly blamed her team for everything. And her constantly blaming her team for everything gets annoying really fast. She really sucks at cooking, and she somehow managed to make it to 4th place. How she fucking managed to survive that long is fucking beyond me.
Big embarrassment.
Yes, sir.
Even though she sucks at cooking, admittedly, some of her fuck-ups led to some of the most finest moments of this season, if not the whole series.
You okay? I just cut my finger on that. How did you cut yourself? You're making pizza.
That is not going anywhere, Missy.
Okay.
Except in the fucking bin. If you saute scallops in a non-stick pan, they won't stick. That's why it's called fucking non-stick.
While she sucks at cooking is annoying, there are 2 people that are definitely worse than her. This is why she's number 3 on my list. Number 2. Lacey from season 5. Oh my god, what can you say about Lacey? Right up from the gate, she just was a contestant that gave up easily. Like, when she fucking starts prepping for the first dinner service, she's just like, I give up, fuck this shit. It's just so fucking annoying. She's a contestant that will give up so easily. And not to mention, she constantly argues with her teammates, blaming her teammates for not, quote unquote, giving her a chance, even though she sucks at cooking. And then she went over to the men's team and did the exact same friggin' thing. A contestant like her should have been eliminated almost immediately in the competition, but she somehow managed to last halfway through the competition. She really sucks at cooking. of all the day services she's been in, there's only maybe about one I could say that she did actually good in. And when she went over to the blue team, they would listen to her. And then she's like, oh, why would they listen to me? Well, I don't know. Maybe it's because your attitude sucks and you suck at cooking. And her elimination is just embarrassing. She screws up in the final service that season, and then Chef Ramsay wants her to take off her jacket. Lacey agrees with Chef Ramsay's opinion and wants to take off her jacket. I mean, what kind of contestant is this where she fucking wants to go home? Even though her attitude sucks and her cooking sucks, there's still one more contestant that I find worse than her. And that's why she's number 2 on my list. But before I reveal my number 1 pick, I would like to go over a few honorable mentions, or in this case, dishonorable mentions. Andrew from season 1. Well, he was a bit of an ass. He was at least a smart ass, and knew when to step in, and knew when to back off. Well, he could be a bit of an ass, and his cooking wasn't that great. He was at least confident in his abilities, and wasn't a fucking quitter. And that's why he's only in the honorable mentions. Sabrina from season 8. Sabrina was a contestant that would constantly get into fights, and she wouldn't communicate well with her team. While her attitude wasn't that great, she at least showed some passion for cooking, and would occasionally do great in the competition. And there are definitely people with worse attitudes than her, which is why she's only in the honorable mentions. Jeff from season 1. Jeff really sucked at cooking, and he would also occasionally argue with his teammates. But I have to be honest, he's mostly in the honorable mentions just because of his outbursts with Ramsay. The fact that he called him an asshole and then proceeded to quit the competition. He did quit the competition for mostly medical reasons, but still, I feel like there's a better way to go out than to call Ramsay an asshole. But in the end, there are definitely contestants worse than him, which is why he's only in the honorable mentions. Mike from season 12. Mike was just, attitude-wise, he was just like a douchebag. He sucked at cooking, but he would constantly say that he was good at cooking, and wouldn't admit his own faults. But even though he is a douchebag, there are definitely people that are more of a douchebag than him, which is why he's only in the honorable mentions. And with those honorable mentions out of the way, I'd like to reveal my number 1 pick. Number 1. Elise from season 9. Oh my goodness, where do I even begin with this girl? Well, for starters, she wasn't that good of a cook, and she blamed her team for everything. But that doesn't even compare with her attitude. From very early on in the competition, she had a bad attitude and would constantly get into fights with Carrie. Even on rewards from challenges.
Guys, we could be doing punishment right now.
All I said was the truth.
She would try to be a team player even though she couldn't leave for crap. And I need to emphasize, her attitude really sucks. Like, she is one of the worst contestants attitude-wise. She would be constantly arguing with Carrie like every fucking 5 seconds.
Let's see. 2 minutes.
I'm asking you, she will not give me a time on how long her rocket fell is.
2 minutes.
But then Carrie got eliminated. You think with Carrie gone that she would try to improve on her attitude and get along with her team. But nope, she just kept arguing with her team. She even argued with members on the blue team. While she did eventually get better at cooking, her attitude just got worse and worse and freaking worse. All I can say about Elise is thank God she didn't win the season. But even so, it's like super insulting that she came in 3rd place. I'll give her at least some credit where some credit is due. She came back in the final episode to be part of the finalist chef's brigade, as she was on a team with her arch rival Carrie, and she somehow managed not to argue with her. But even so, it still doesn't help that pretty much from beginning to end, I had a friggin' migraine every time she opened her mouth. And that's why she's number 1 on my list. I'm the most revered player. If Elise ever becomes the president of America, I'm moving to Canada. Well, that was just a bunch of load of donkeys. But wait a little while, because pretty soon I'll be doing a list of my top favorite contestants on Hell's Kitchen. But until then, goodbye. This is mostly video game players signing out.